Anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation tourism and defense by 2028, competitive dynamics and future predictions. Executive Summary. The projected 50% market penetration in the aviation tourism and defense sectors by 2028 marks a significant shift in these industries driven by technological advancements, demographic changes, and evolving consumer preferences. This report synthesizes data from various sources to outline the growth trajectories, competitive dynamics, and challenges expected to shape these sectors over the next few years. Aviation Market Overview. Growth Projections. According to Mortar Intelligence, the global aviation market is expected to expand from $343.54 billion in 2025 to $395.76 billion by 2030, achieving a compound annual growth rate (CAGR) of 2.87%. This growth is segmented across commercial, military, and general aviation, with the Asia-Pacific region emerging as the most rapidly growing market due to surging air travel demand, particularly in China and India. The recovery of passenger traffic post-COVID-19 has spurred a renewed demand for both passenger and cargo aircraft, leading to significant orders from major airlines. Key drivers of growth. 1. Post-pandemic recovery. The aviation sector is witnessing a rebound in passenger traffic, with airlines resuming and expanding services. The International Air Transport Association (IATA) reported significant increases in air traffic compared to pre-pandemic levels. 2. Technological advancements. The integration of AI and IoT technologies is enhancing operational efficiency and improving customer experiences across the aviation sector. 3. Rising middle class. The growing disposable income and travel aspirations of the middle-class population in emerging markets are propelling demand in both aviation and tourism sectors. 4. Government investments. Substantial investments in infrastructure, including the construction of new airports and enhanced security measures, are critical in supporting growth. Tourism market growth. Market expansion. Technavio estimates that the global travel market will grow by $5.50 trillion from 2024 to 2028, with a remarkable CAGR of 18.52%. This growth is significantly influenced by the rising popularity of experiential travel and the increasing role of AI in market transformation. Key trends. 1. Experiential travel. There is a marked shift towards experiential travel, where tourists seek unique and immersive experiences rather than traditional sightseeing. 2. Digital transformation. The increasing reliance on online travel platforms for trip planning and bookings is reshaping the tourism landscape. 3. Government initiatives. Enhanced connectivity through new airports and improved travel infrastructure is expected to boost tourism significantly. 4. Corporate travel surge. The return of business travel driven by multinational corporations is a key contributor to tourism growth. Challenges. Despite the optimistic growth prospects, the tourism sector faces significant challenges, particularly from the threat of terrorism, which can disrupt travel patterns and escalate operational costs. Political stability and stringent immigration policies also pose risks to market growth. Competitive dynamics. Aviation sector competition. The aviation market is characterized by a semi-consolidated structure dominated by key players such as Boeing and Airbus. The rivalry between these manufacturers significantly shapes market dynamics, particularly in the commercial aircraft segment. Innovations in aircraft design, fuel efficiency, and safety are pivotal in maintaining competitive advantage. Tourism market landscape. In contrast, the tourism market presents a more fragmented competitive landscape with a diverse array of players, including online travel agencies and multinational corporations like Expedia and Marriott. This fragmentation allows for greater flexibility and responsiveness to changing consumer preferences, but also intensifies competition. Challenges facing the industries. Both the aviation and tourism sectors face a myriad of challenges. 1. Geopolitical tensions. Increasing geopolitical tensions can disrupt travel patterns. affecting both aviation and tourism sectors. 2. Supply chain complexities. The aviation industry must navigate ongoing supply chain complexities, particularly as it incorporates new technologies. 3. Security concerns. The tourism sector must address heightened security concerns, particularly in light of recent terrorist activities. 4. Health and safety regulations. The ongoing implications of the COVID-19 pandemic continue to influence operational protocols in both sectors. Timeline of key events. 2020 to 2021, the aviation market experiences a significant decline due to the COVID-19 pandemic, with passenger traffic plummeting. 2022, a gradual recovery begins with notable increases in passenger traffic and aircraft deliveries, signaling a return to pre-pandemic levels. 2024 to 2028, the travel market is projected to grow significantly, driven by AI advancements and a shift towards experiential travel. Conclusion. The anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation, tourism, and defense sectors by 2028 is underpinned by robust growth trends, technological innovations, and demographic shifts. However, the sectors must remain vigilant to external challenges that could impact their trajectories. Strategic investments, a focus on technological integration and adaptability to consumer preferences, will be crucial for sustaining growth in this transformative phase. The anticipated 50% market penetration in the aviation, tourism, and defense sectors by 2028 presents a transformative outlook, revealing several counterintuitive insights that challenge conventional assumptions about market dynamics and growth trajectories. Counterintuitive insights. 1. Growth amid geopolitical tensions. It is often assumed that geopolitical tensions would stifle growth in sectors like aviation and tourism. However, the expected market penetration suggests that these sectors may thrive despite such challenges. For instance, while military aviation is expected to grow due to increased defense spending in response to regional conflicts, the tourism market continues to experience substantial growth, driven by the rising middle class and increased international travel. This indicates a resilience in consumer behavior where the desire to travel and explore remains strong despite external threats. 2. AI as a double-edged sword. While AI is heralded as a transformative force in enhancing operational efficiency and customer experience, its rise also introduces complexities. For instance, the travel market is expected to expand significantly with AI integration, yet this same technology can lead to job displacements within traditional roles in both aviation and tourism. The expectation is for AI to drive growth by making travel more accessible and personalized. But it also raises questions about the long-term implications for employment in these sectors. 3. Experiential travel versus safety concerns. The growing demand for experiential travel contradicts the notion that safety concerns would deter travel. Despite the rising threat of terrorism and other security issues, consumers are increasingly seeking unique experiences rather than just traditional leisure travel. This reflects a shift in consumer priorities, where the desire for authentic experiences trumps fears related to personal safety, which is a remarkable departure from past trends where safety concerns often led to reduced travel. 4. Emerging markets surpassing established ones. It is typically expected that established markets like North America and Europe would lead growth in aviation and tourism. However, the projections highlight that emerging markets, particularly in Asia-Pacific, will not only catch up but may surpass these established markets due to their rapidly growing middle class and increased air travel demand. This suggests a fundamental shift in economic power and consumer behavior as people in emerging markets increasingly aspire to travel, challenging the traditional dynamics of the global travel market. 5. The fragmentation in tourism versus consolidation in aviation. The aviation market is characterized as semi-consolidated, primarily dominated by a few key players like Boeing and Airbus. In contrast, the tourism market remains fragmented, with numerous players including online travel agencies and multinational corporations. This juxtaposition is counterintuitive, as one might expect the tourism market to consolidate in response to the tech-driven landscape. Instead, the proliferation of online platforms and the demand for personalized services may lead to further fragmentation, indicating that consumer preferences in tourism are diverging from traditional consolidation trends seen in other sectors. 6. Supply chain challenges spurring innovation. While supply chain complexities are generally viewed as challenges that hinder growth, they can also drive innovation within the aviation sector. Companies are compelled to adopt new technologies and rethink logistics and supply chain strategies to remain competitive. This unexpected byproduct of supply chain disruptions may lead to advancements that enhance operational efficiency and customer service, ultimately benefiting the market in the long run. 7. Increased competition leading to improved services. The anticipated increase in market penetration and the presence of numerous players in the tourism sector suggest heightened competition, which typically leads to price wars. However, rather than merely competing on price, companies may also focus on enhancing service quality and customer experience to differentiate themselves. This approach counters the common belief that competition in a burgeoning market will solely drive prices down, highlighting a potential shift towards value-driven competition. 8. Sustainability initiatives driving growth. Contrary to the belief that sustainability efforts may hinder growth due to increased costs, the anticipated market penetration suggests that companies integrating sustainable practices could see enhanced brand loyalty and customer engagement. As consumers become more environmentally conscious, businesses that prioritize sustainability in their operations may attract a more dedicated clientele, thereby driving growth rather than stalling it. Conclusion. The projected 50% market penetration in aviation tourism and defense by 2028 reveals a landscape shaped by resilience, adaptation, and transformation. The counterintuitive insights challenge traditional assumptions about consumer behavior and market dynamics, suggesting that growth can occur even amidst challenges such as geopolitical tensions and security concerns. As the sectors evolve, the integration of technology, changing consumer preferences, and innovative responses to challenges will play crucial roles in shaping their futures. This transformative phase promises not only significant growth but also a redefinition of competitive dynamics across these interconnected markets. The report on anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation tourism and defense sectors by 2028 uncovers several key insights that are significant yet may often be overlooked. Here are the essential elements that deserve closer scrutiny. 1. Technological integration as a game changer. While many reports highlight the growth of aviation and tourism markets, the pivotal role of technological advancements, especially AI and IoT, is frequently understated. The report emphasizes how these technologies are transforming operational efficiency and enhancing customer experiences. Significance. This integration is not just about improving existing processes. It represents a paradigm shift in how companies interact with customers and optimize operations. For instance, AI can provide personalized travel recommendations, streamline booking processes, and enhance safety protocols. Overlooking this aspect could lead to underestimating the competitive edge that tech-savvy companies will have in the evolving market landscape. 2. Impact of middle-class growth in emerging markets. The report mentions the rising middle class in countries like India and China as a key driver for demand. Yet it fails to delve into the nuances of this demographic shift. The expanding middle class is not merely about increased disposable income but also about changing travel preferences and behaviors. Significance. Understanding this demographic's travel aspirations can help businesses tailor their offerings. Companies that fail to adapt to the evolving preferences of this group, such as prioritizing experiential travel and sustainability, risk losing market share to competitors who are more attuned to these shifts. 3. Geopolitical factors and their implications. The report briefly touches on geopolitical tensions and terrorism as challenges but may downplay the potential long-term impacts of these factors. The aviation and tourism industries are particularly vulnerable to political instability and security threats, which can lead to sudden shifts in market dynamics. Significance. A deeper exploration of these risks could aid companies in strategic planning and risk management. For instance, businesses operating in regions with political instability may need to diversify their markets or invest in robust security measures to maintain consumer confidence. Ignoring these variables could lead to significant business disruptions. For infrastructure development as a catalyst for growth. Government investments in airport infrastructure and other related facilities are mentioned, but the report could provide more insights into how this development will specifically impact market penetration rates. The construction of new airports and upgrades to existing facilities are vital for supporting the projected growth in air travel. Significance. Infrastructure development not only facilitates increased capacity but also enhances the overall travel experience. Companies that are aware of upcoming infrastructural changes can strategically position themselves to leverage these developments, such as by establishing partnerships with airport authorities or investing in related services. 5. The role of online travel agencies (OTAs) in the tourism sector. The report highlights the fragmented landscape with various players, including OTAs. However, it may not thoroughly address how OTAs are reshaping consumer behavior and expectations regarding travel. Significance. As consumers increasingly rely on digital platforms for travel planning and bookings, understanding the strategies employed by OTAs can be crucial for traditional travel agencies and service providers. Companies that fail to adapt to the digital-first approach risk obsolescence as consumers gravitate towards platforms that offer convenience, competitive pricing, and personalized experiences. 6. Experiential travel and changing consumer preferences. The report mentions the growing demand for experiential travel but does not explore the implications of this trend in detail. As consumers seek more authentic and immersive experiences, the travel industry must adapt to these evolving preferences. Significance. Businesses that recognize the shift towards experiential offerings can create unique value propositions that resonate with modern travelers. This could involve developing tailored travel packages that emphasize local culture and interaction rather than just standard sightseeing. Ignoring this trend could lead to a misalignment with consumer expectations, ultimately affecting sales and brand loyalty. 7. Interconnectivity of markets. The report outlines the anticipated growth in both aviation and tourism but doesn't fully explore the interdependence of these markets. The aviation sector's growth directly influences tourism, as increased flight availability can boost travel to various destinations. Significance. Recognizing this interconnectedness can help stakeholders in both sectors to collaborate effectively. For example, airlines and hotels can create joint marketing campaigns to promote travel packages that leverage increased flight routes. A failure to recognize this synergy could result in missed opportunities for cross-promotion and partnership. 8. Sustainability considerations. While the report discusses technological advancements, it does not adequately address the growing importance of sustainability in both aviation and tourism. With increasing consumer awareness and regulatory pressures surrounding environmental impact, sustainability is becoming a non-negotiable aspect of business strategy. Significance. Companies that proactively incorporate sustainable practices into their operations will not only comply with regulations but also enhance their brand image among eco-conscious consumers. This aspect is crucial as consumers increasingly prefer brands that demonstrate environmental responsibility. Ignoring sustainability could alienate a significant segment of the market. Conclusion. The anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation, tourism, and defense sectors by 2028 indicates substantial growth opportunities. However, recognizing and understanding the nuances behind technological integration, Demographic shifts, geopolitical factors, infrastructure development, the rise of OTAs, changing consumer preferences, market interconnectivity, and sustainability considerations are crucial for stakeholders. Overlooking these elements could hinder strategic planning and ultimately affect competitiveness in an evolving landscape. By addressing these overlooked aspects, companies can better position themselves for success in a rapidly changing market. In-depth analysis of key points on anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation tourism and defense by 2028. The anticipated 50% market penetration in the aviation tourism and defense sectors by 2028 marks a critical phase of transformation characterized by growth, competitive dynamics, and the potential for significant changes in consumer behavior. Here we will delve into 4 valuable points derived from the content, providing a comprehensive analysis and discussion. 1. Technological advancements as a catalyst for growth. The integration of technology, particularly AI and IoT, is a significant driver of growth in both the aviation and tourism sectors. These technologies enhance operational efficiency and improve customer experiences, which are critical as industries rebound from the pandemic. Impact on aviation. In the aviation industry, advancements in technology are leading to the development of next-generation aircraft that offer improved fuel efficiency and safety. The competition between major players like Boeing and Airbus is intensifying as they innovate to capture market share in the commercial aircraft segment. The emphasis on technological advancements enables airlines to optimize their operations, reduce costs, and offer better services, thereby attracting more passengers. Impact on tourism. The tourism sector is seeing a shift toward experiential travel facilitated by technology that allows for personalized travel experiences. AI is transforming customer interactions, enabling online travel agencies and service providers to tailor offerings based on individual preferences. The use of mobile apps for booking and planning trips has also revolutionized how travelers engage with the market, making it more accessible and user-friendly. Future predictions. As technology continues to evolve, it is expected that both sectors will further integrate advanced solutions to enhance operational capabilities and customer engagement. Companies that leverage these technologies effectively will likely be positioned to lead in market penetration by 2028. 2. Market recovery and resurgence post-pandemic. The recovery trajectory of the aviation and tourism markets post-COVID-19 is a vital aspect of the anticipated growth. The resurgence of passenger traffic and travel bookings signals a robust rebound, highlighting the resilience of these industries. Aviation sector recovery. Following the significant decline during the pandemic, the aviation sector is experiencing a revival in passenger traffic, with airlines resuming and expanding their operations. Notable increases in aircraft deliveries and orders demonstrate a return to pre-pandemic levels of activity. This recovery is bolstered by the lifting of travel restrictions and the growing demand for both passenger and cargo aircraft. Tourism sector dynamics. The tourism market is projected to grow significantly, with an estimated increase of $5.50 trillion from 2024 to 2028. This growth is driven by a surge in inbound tourism and the popularity of experiential travel, particularly from regions like North America and Europe. Government initiatives to enhance connectivity and support tourism further contribute to this recovery. Challenges. Despite the positive outlook, both sectors face challenges from external factors such as geopolitical tensions and security concerns. The threat of terrorism, for instance, can disrupt travel patterns and impact consumer confidence. Stakeholders must navigate these challenges to ensure sustained growth and recovery. 3. Demographic shifts and the rising middle class. The expanding middle class in emerging markets, particularly in Asia-Pacific, is a crucial driver of demand in aviation and tourism. The growing disposable income and travel aspirations of this demographic are expected to fuel market expansion. Aviation demand. As the middle class in countries like India and China continues to grow, the demand for air travel is expected to increase significantly. This demographic shift is contributing to a rise in domestic and international travel, with airlines adapting their services to cater to this new consumer base. The introduction of low-cost carriers is also making air travel more accessible. Tourism trends. In tourism, the rising middle class is leading to a higher demand for travel experiences, particularly those that offer unique and personalized services. The trend toward experiential travel aligns with the aspirations of this demographic, which seeks memorable experiences over traditional vacation packages. Strategic implications. Companies in both sectors must develop strategies that target this demographic effectively, focusing on affordability, convenience, and unique travel experiences. The ability to cater to the needs and preferences of the middle class will be critical for achieving the anticipated market penetration by 2028. 4. Competitive dynamics and market structure. The competitive landscape of the aviation and tourism sectors is evolving, influenced by both market recovery and technological advancements. Understanding these dynamics is essential for stakeholders looking to navigate the future landscape. Aviation market competition. The aviation market remains semi-consolidated, dominated by key players such as Boeing and Airbus. The intense rivalry between these manufacturers is shaping market dynamics, particularly in the commercial aircraft segment. Innovations in aircraft design and operational efficiencies are becoming critical differentiators. Fragmentation in tourism. In contrast, the tourism market exhibits a more fragmented competitive landscape comprising a diverse range of players, including online travel agencies and multinational corporations. This fragmentation presents both challenges and opportunities. While competition is fierce, it also allows for niche players to thrive by offering specialized services. Future outlook. As the markets evolve, companies must adopt adaptive strategies to remain competitive. Collaboration and partnerships may become increasingly important as firms seek to leverage each other's strengths and enhance their offerings. Moreover, companies that can innovate and respond to consumer preferences will be better positioned to capitalize on growth opportunities. Conclusion. The anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation tourism and defense by 2028 reflects a transformative phase driven by technological advancements, market recovery, post-pandemic demographic shifts, and evolving competitive dynamics. While the growth potential is significant, stakeholders must remain vigilant to external challenges and adapt their strategies accordingly. By leveraging technology, understanding consumer behavior, and navigating the competitive landscape effectively, companies can position themselves for success in this evolving market. 3 famous historical cases that reflect significant impacts on market dynamics in similar sectors are: 1. The rise of commercial aviation post-World War II. After World War II, the global aviation industry underwent transformative changes that led to a boom in commercial air travel. The introduction of jet engines and the development of wide-body aircraft such as the Boeing 747 revolutionized air travel by making it faster, more efficient, and accessible to the masses. The deregulation of the airline industry in the United States during the late 1970s further intensified competition, allowing new airlines to enter the market and offering consumers more choices and lower fares. This period marked a significant shift in how people traveled, laying the groundwork for the modern global tourism industry and influencing economic growth in various regions. 2. The development of the tourism industry in the 1960s and 1970s. The 1960s and 1970s saw a surge in international tourism driven by increased disposable income, the rise of the middle class, and advancements in transportation technology. The introduction of package holidays and the boom of travel agencies made international travel more accessible than ever before. Destinations across Europe, Asia, and the Americas experienced significant growth as they catered to the influx of tourists. This era also coincided with the establishment of organizations such as the United Nations World Tourism Organization (UNWTO) in 1975, which helped promote responsible, sustainable tourism globally. The competitive dynamics of the tourism sector began to take shape during this time, with countries vying to attract tourists through marketing campaigns and infrastructure development. 3. The defense industry and the Cold War arms race. The Cold War era 1947 to 1991 saw intense competition in the defense sector, particularly between the United States and the Soviet Union. Both superpowers invested heavily in military technology and capabilities, leading to rapid advancements in aerospace and defense technologies. This arms race not only impacted military spending but also influenced the commercial aviation market, as many technologies developed for military applications were eventually adapted for civilian use. The competition fostered innovation in aircraft design, avionics, and systems integration, which permeated into the commercial aviation industry. Major defense contractors such as Lockheed Martin and Boeing emerged as key players, shaping market dynamics through mergers, acquisitions, and partnerships that continue to influence the industry today. These historical cases illustrate how significant external factors such as technological advancements, regulatory changes, and geopolitical dynamics can dramatically shape market penetration and competitive landscapes in the aviation, tourism, and defense sectors. Future outlook: anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation, tourism, and defense by 2028. The convergence of technological advancements, demographic shifts, and evolving consumer preferences is poised to foster significant growth in the aviation, tourism, and defense sectors by 2028. The projection of a 50% market penetration in these industries indicates a transformative landscape characterized by both opportunities and challenges. Aviation market predictions. 1. Growth trajectory. The global aviation market is projected to expand from $343.54 billion in 2025 to $395.76 billion by 2030. With a compound annual growth rate (CAGR) of 2.87%. Factors driving this growth include the resurgence of air travel post-COVID-19 and an increase in cargo demands fueled by e-commerce. 2. Regional focus. The Asia-Pacific region is expected to emerge as the fastest-growing market, driven by rising middle-class populations in countries like China and India. Increased air travel demand supported by infrastructure development, e.g. new airports, will significantly uplift the aviation sector. 3. Technological integration. The integration of AI and IoT technologies is predicted to enhance operational efficiency and customer experiences. Innovations in aircraft design, fuel efficiency, and safety features are likely to reshape the aviation landscape, leading to the development of next-generation aircraft. 4. Competitive dynamics. The aviation market is currently dominated by major players such as Boeing and Airbus, with competition intensifying as new entrants and regional airlines seek to capitalize on growth opportunities. Strategic partnerships and collaborations will be pivotal in navigating this competitive environment. Tourism market growth forecast. 1. Market expansion. The travel market is anticipated to grow by $5.50 trillion between 2024 and 2028, fueled by a CAGR of 18.52%. The rising demand for experiential travel and the increasing reliance on AI for personalized travel experiences will be significant growth drivers. 2. Experiential travel trend. As travelers increasingly seek unique experiences, the tourism sector will cater to this demand through customized travel packages and immersive tours. The focus on sustainability and eco-friendly travel will also shape future tourism offerings. 3. Digital transformation. The shift towards online travel platforms and mobile applications will revolutionize how travelers plan and book their journeys. Enhanced connectivity and digital payment methods will facilitate seamless travel experiences, while AI-driven recommendations will further personalize services. 4. Challenges and risks. Despite promising growth, the tourism sector must address challenges such as geopolitical tensions and terrorism, which can disrupt travel patterns and deter tourists. The industry will need to implement robust security measures and contingency plans to mitigate these risks. Defense sector insights. 1. Increased military spending. The defense sector is expected to witness significant growth due to rising defense budgets in response to geopolitical tensions. Countries in the Asia-Pacific region, particularly China and India, are ramping up military capabilities, driving demand for both combat and non-combat aircraft. 2. Technological developments. Advancements in defense technologies, including unmanned aerial vehicles (UAVs) and advanced surveillance systems, will reshape military operations and strategies. Collaborations between defense manufacturers and governments will be crucial in fostering innovation. 3. Market consolidation. The defense sector is likely to experience consolidation as companies seek to pool resources and expertise to compete effectively in a rapidly changing environment. Mergers and acquisitions will be a common strategy for enhancing capabilities and market reach. Strategic opportunities. 1. Infrastructure investments. Governments worldwide are investing in infrastructure development to support the anticipated growth in aviation and tourism. New airports, enhanced security protocols, and improved transportation links will be essential in accommodating increasing traveler volumes. 2. Sustainability initiatives. The push for sustainable practices across industries will drive innovation and create new market segments. Companies that prioritize sustainability in their operations and offerings are likely to gain a competitive edge. 3. AI and data analytics. Leveraging AI and data analytics will enable businesses to optimize operations, enhance customer experiences, and drive marketing efforts. The ability to analyze consumer behavior and preferences will be vital in tailoring offerings to meet evolving demands. 4. Cross-sector collaboration. The interconnected nature of aviation tourism and defense presents opportunities for cross-sector collaboration. Joint ventures between tourism agencies and airlines or partnerships between defense contractors and technology firms can drive innovation and efficiency. Conclusion. The anticipated 50% market penetration in aviation tourism and defense by 2028 reflects a dynamic and evolving landscape. While the growth prospects are robust, stakeholders must navigate various challenges, including geopolitical risks and technological disruptions. Embracing innovation, investing in infrastructure, and fostering collaboration will be critical for capitalizing on the opportunities that lie ahead in these interconnected sectors. As the industry adapts to changing consumer preferences and external pressures, the future promises to be both challenging and rewarding for players in these markets.